Hello everyone, welcome to day one of the Paris Air Show 2025. We're here in the Wisk Chalet behind Gen 6. Very delighted to be welcomed by Becky Tanner, the Chief People and Marketing Officer at Wisk as well. So Becky, we're going to have another chat, a bit more about Wisk, but also some really exciting announcements that we've just heard about at the latest media briefing. So Wisk is at Paris again. The significance of Wisk being here with the Gen 6. What does the Paris Air Show mean to the company being here?
Thanks for connecting with us again, Jason. It's always nice to have you join us.
Thank you.
So it's important for Wisk to be at the Paris Air Show because it creates an opportunity for us to connect with people. You can see that there's people moving around in our space, and getting the aircraft in front of people is really the magic that helps people understand what it is we're building and what our vision is. And then because they can see the aircraft, it feels more real. And then we can share a little bit more about our story. So I think being present and being visible for people to see us is really about that public acceptance and awareness for us.
Excellent. And we'll talk a bit more about public awareness and acceptance later on. But there's some very exciting announcements that Wisk announced earlier today on first day one of the air show. So without wanting to reveal too much to the audience, can you tell us a little bit more about what these announcements are?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So not only do we have two announcements today, which I'll mention, but last week we also announced that SkyGrid will become a subsidiary of Wisk, which is wonderful. We both have a shared mission of the safe introduction of advanced air mobility into the market. And so it's really wonderful. We've been partnered for a long time, but this creates an opportunity for us to partner even more closely. But specific to our announcements today, we're really thrilled to finally share publicly two new market announcements. So first, the city of Miami. So this will become one of our US-based launch cities. So we're thrilled. Miami is one of those cities that I would say is absolutely showing their leadership and their interest in advanced air mobility. And they've been proactively bringing industry and government together to facilitate these conversations and really help enable the safe introduction of these aircraft into their local market. And of course, because we have an autonomous first approach, they're very much believers that this is part of the future, and they want to be on the leadership side of that. And so we're really excited to partner. And so what that looks like is really talking about how do we practically implement this. Miami is a very interesting marketplace. It's very robust. There's a high population. There's a lot of people needing to get around. And so it's kind of a perfect opportunity for us. But we'll start to really identify different types of locations for vertiports that make sense for the local area.
Really exciting as well. I know it's only happened with the announcement as well, but I think what's really good to know also is, and we've seen it too at Oshkosh or at previous events or shows that Wisk has been at, is about the public acceptance and adoption as well. Are you able to share any more thoughts on kind of Wisk's responsibility as an operator in the near future as well, about bringing the public to that journey and bringing them on that journey with them to make them understand really kind of that this could very realistically, they could be flying in these air taxis in the near future. So are you able to share a little more about Wisk's responsibility when it comes to the public acceptance and adoption?
Yeah, no, thank you for asking that. So we have a number of responsibilities. Not only do we have the responsibility to design this and the operations to meet the regulatory approval, but we have an obligation to make sure that the public understands it and that they believe that it's going to be a safe option for them. Because unless we satisfy their curiosity and also their requirements for safety, and also what is this experience like for me, and what is this going to be like in my neighborhood or my city, what have you, all of those very relevant questions. It's important for us to hear them and provide the education and opportunities for people to understand and get to know us more. And so I think first and foremost, we work at Wisk because we believe in the safety message that we're committed to in terms of the safety levels that we're achieving with the aircraft in operation. And so we believe that we're doing this the right approach. So we want to build a safe, successful market. And we can't do that without the trust and the interest of the public. So we have to be public on that.
Excellent. Well, really good to hear as well, Becky. And another of the announcements as well. for those of our viewers who don't or aren't aware as well, is Wisk has got a very strong presence in the Asia Pacific market as well, and there was the Kaga City announcement that was announced earlier as well. So able to share a little bit more details about that. Very exciting again to a country and a market that's very prominent and will be a very big market for the world as well.
Absolutely. Asia Pacific is an exciting market. We're getting a lot of pull from that part of the world, which is wonderful. And so, yes, we, as you know, we already have intentions with Australia, which continues to be an important market for us and great partners. But we've had a relationship with Japan Airlines for some time now. And so our announcement today is building upon that relationship with Japan Airlines. They've brought us together with the city of Kaga with a very unique opportunity. So the local government in Japan has designated Kaga City as a special zone in which they want to create an environment to introduce advanced air mobility. And they've selected Wisk as the partner for that. And so we're really thrilled to continue the relationship with Japan Airlines and then also identify a very specific location within Japan where we can talk about the introduction of operations there in the future, and then also closely partner on public acceptance things and activities as well.
Perfect. Very exciting time for Wisk at the moment. And just the final question from my side, Becky, really is the roadmap. It continues to go with lots of really exciting and important milestones. And our audience is always asking, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? And it's really good with Wisk that you're getting very close to, I understand, to flying the aircraft. Are you able to share a little bit more update on where you are with the aircraft as well?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm probably going to give you a very unsatisfactory answer, which I'll continue to do. I mean, first and foremost, we're really deep into our safety of flight testing. And it's really important to us to make sure that we're meeting and checking all of those boxes before we begin our active flight test campaign. So we're very close to that.
Good.
And then in terms about being operational, we continue to work very closely with the FAA, and we still have our sights set at the end of this decade of where we'd like to at least begin initial operations in the United States.
Perfect. Well, Becky, always a pleasure catching up with you at the various air shows around the world. Keep up the great work and really appreciate you talking to me today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.